Welcome to Denmark, a small yet enchanting country in northern Europe, where timeless charm meets modern design. Our journey begins in the capital, Copenhagen, a city of bicycles, canals, and colorful buildings. Visit Nyhavn, the historic harbor lined with bright old houses and cozy cafes. Just a short walk away stands Amalienborg Palace, home to the Danish royal family. Don't miss the Little Mermaid statue, inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's famous tale. Quietly watching the harbor since the early 20th century, she has become a symbol of the city. Next, explore Tivoli Gardens, one of the world's oldest amusement parks. Opened in the year 1843, it blends nostalgic rides with serene gardens and dazzling lights. A short trip north brings us to Kronborg Castle, known worldwide as Hamlet's Castle. Overlooking the narrow sea between Denmark and Sweden, this Renaissance fortress is filled with drama and history. In the heart of Jutland, visit Aarhus, Denmark's second largest city. Here, old and new live side by side. Welcome to Nyhavn, the heart of old Copenhagen, a place where colorful buildings, wooden boats, and gentle canals tell the story of Denmark's past. Nyhavn means new harbor, but its history goes back more than 300 years. Built in the late 17th century, it was once a busy port filled with sailors, traders, and fishermen. Today, Nyhavn is one of the most visited places in Denmark, a peaceful waterfront lined with historic townhouses, many of them painted in bright reds, yellows, and blues. These buildings once housed merchants, ship captains, and even Denmark's most famous storyteller, Hans Christian Andersen. Andersen lived here in not just one, but 3 different houses over his life. It was in Nyhavn that he wrote some of his most beloved fairy tales. As you walk along the cobbled streets, you can imagine the stories of mermaids, tin soldiers, and snow queens coming to life. Old wooden ships still float in the canal, gently rocking in the breeze. Some are more than 100 years old, preserved as part of Denmark's maritime history. Cafes and restaurants now fill the ground floors of the buildings. In summer, people sit outside, sipping coffee, or enjoying open-faced sandwiches called smørrebrød. Welcome to Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark and one of the most charming cities in Europe. A place where history, design, and everyday life blend in perfect harmony. Copenhagen is a city by the sea. With its clean canals, cobbled streets, and bicycle-filled roads, it feels peaceful and alive all at once. Begin your journey in Nyhavn, the old harbor. Brightly colored houses line the water, and wooden boats sway gently in the canal. Hans Christian Andersen once lived here, writing fairy tales that still echo through time. Next, visit Amalienborg Palace, the home of the Danish royal family. Every day at noon, the changing of the guard takes place, a proud tradition in front of a quiet crowd. Nearby stands the Grand Frederick's Church, also called the Marble Church. Its dome rises high above the city, a symbol of faith and timeless beauty. No visit is complete without seeing the Little Mermaid. Sitting calmly by the shore, this small statue has become a global symbol of Copenhagen's soul, quiet, graceful, and full of dreams. Tivoli Gardens brings joy to all ages. Opened in the year 1843, it is one of the oldest amusement parks in the world. Welcome to Kronborg Castle, a fortress of stone and story, standing proudly at the edge of the sea. Located in the town of Helsingør, on the narrowest point of the Øresund Strait, Kronborg Castle has guarded Denmark's coast for more than 400 years. It is one of the most iconic Renaissance castles in Northern Europe, and a place where history, legend, and architecture meet. Built in the late 16th century by King Frederick II, Kronborg was more than a royal residence. It was a symbol of power. All ships passing through the strait were required to pay toll to the Danish crown, and Kronborg watched them with silent strength. The castle's walls are thick, its towers high. Inside, great halls stretch wide, filled with fine tapestries, paintings, and echoes of the past. The ballroom is among the largest in Europe, a place where kings danced and nobles dined. But Kronborg is best known for something more poetic. This is the setting of Shakespeare's Hamlet. In his play, the castle is called Elsinore, and it is here that the young prince walks, speaks to ghosts, and questions fate. Each summer, actors bring Hamlet to life in the very halls and courtyards of the castle, as the story returns to the place where it was born in words. Beneath the castle, in cold, dark passages, lies a statue of Holger Danske, the sleeping Danish hero. Welcome to Grenen, the northernmost point of Denmark, where two seas meet, and nature shows its quiet power. Grenen is found at the very tip of the country, near the town of Skagen. Here, the land stretches out like a sandy finger, reaching into the waves. On one side is the Skagerrak, and on the other, the Kattegat. These two seas meet with a soft but constant clash. Their waves come from opposite directions, creating ripples that dance across the sand. You cannot swim here. The currents are strong, and the meeting of the seas is more for watching than for diving in. But standing at the edge, with one foot in each sea, is something you will never forget. To reach Grenen, many take the Sandormen, the sandworm, a tractor-pulled wagon that carries visitors across the beach to the very tip. It has been running for more than 75 years and is a part of local tradition. The landscape is wide and open. Sand dunes stretch in every direction. Seabirds call overhead, and the wind never stops moving. This is a place shaped by time, by water and by wind. Artists have long been drawn to Grenen. The light here is soft and clear. Welcome to Rosenborg Castle, a royal jewel in the heart of Copenhagen, a place where Danish kings once lived and where centuries of treasures still shine. Rosenborg was built in the early 17th century by King Christian IV. He was one of Denmark's most ambitious monarchs, a lover of art, architecture, and grandeur. The castle was designed as a summer residence, surrounded by beautiful gardens and water. One of the most famous rooms is the Knight's Hall. Here, silver lions guard the thrones of the king and queen. Portraits of Danish royalty hang along the walls, and the space glows with a quiet sense of glory. Inside, the rooms are beautifully preserved. Step into the king's chamber and see where he once slept, studied, and ruled. Gilded ceilings, fine furniture, and delicate tapestries fill the rooms with elegance and history. Its style is Dutch Renaissance, with red brick walls, tall towers, and green copper roofs that gleam in the sunlight. Though not the largest of castles, Rosenborg is one of the most charming. It is rich in detail, filled with stories and symbols of royal power. Outside, the King's Garden offers calm and beauty. Welcome to Aarhus Old Town, a living museum in the heart of Denmark's second largest city. A place where the past walks beside you and history feels close enough to touch. Known as Den Gamle, in Danish, Aarhus Old Town is not just a collection of old buildings. It is a journey through time. The museum was founded in the year 1914 and was the first of its kind in the world, an open-air museum of urban history and culture. More than 70 historical buildings have been carefully moved here from towns and cities across Denmark. Each house, shop, and workshop tells the story of a different time. From the 1600s to the 1970s, visitors can explore centuries of daily life. You can walk along cobbled streets lined with timber-framed houses, step into a blacksmith's forge, a baker's oven, or a merchant's shop filled with goods from a bygone age. Everything has been rebuilt with care, from the worn wooden floors to the flicker of candlelight. Actors in period dress bring the past to life. They speak, work, and play just as people did long ago. You may meet a maid sweeping the floor, a teacher in a one-room schoolhouse, or a grocer weighing sugar on an old scale. Welcome to Råbjerg Mile, a desert in Denmark, a place where sand moves with the wind and the landscape feels both ancient and alive. Råbjerg Mile is the largest migrating sand dune in northern Europe. It lies in the northern part of Jutland, between the towns of Skagen and Frederikshavn. This giant dune covers nearly 2 square kilometers. It is more than 40 meters high, and it moves Each year, the entire dune shifts about 15 meters to the northeast, carried slowly by the wind. Walking through Råbjerg Mile feels like stepping into another world. The ground is soft and dry, the wind shapes waves in the sand, and the sky stretches wide above. There are no trees, no buildings, only silence and the sound of your footsteps. The dune was formed hundreds of years ago, during a time when strong winds and overgrazing allowed the sand to break free from the coast. It began to travel inland, swallowing farms and fields. In the past, people feared the dune. Today, it is protected, a natural wonder, left to move on its own. From the top, you can see far across the flatlands of northern Denmark. Welcome to Stevns Klint, a dramatic cliff on the eastern coast of Denmark, a place where geology, history, and beauty come together in one breathtaking landscape. Stevns Klint stretches for about 15 kilometers along the coast of Zealand. Towering up to 40 meters high, the chalk-white cliffs rise steeply above the deep blue sea. From the top, the view is wide and endless. From below, the cliffs feel silent and powerful. But Stevns Klint is more than just a pretty sight. It holds a story from deep time, a story that goes back 65 million years. Hidden in the layers of rock is a thin, dark line. This line marks one of the most important moments in Earth's history. It is the boundary between two geological ages, the moment when a giant asteroid struck the planet, leading to the extinction of the dinosaurs. This line contains a rare element called iridium, found in meteorites. Because of this, Stevns Klint was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is one of the best places in the world to see this ancient record with your own eyes. High above the cliff stands Råbjerg Church. Built in the 13th century, it once stood far from the edge. But the sea has slowly eaten away at the land. In the year 1928, part of the church fell into the waves below. Welcome to National Park Thy, the first national park in Denmark, a wild and peaceful land where wind, sea, and silence shape the landscape. Located along the northwest coast of Jutland, this park stretches for more than 50 kilometers from Agger in the south to Hanstholm in the north. It covers vast dunes, heathlands, forests, and lakes. Here, nature is raw and untouched. The wind comes straight from the North Sea. The skies are wide, the air is fresh, and the sounds of traffic are replaced by birdsong and crashing waves. This land was once covered by forest, but centuries of sandstorms and strong winds changed everything. The result is a unique mix of dune landscapes and open heath. It feels wild, open, and beautifully quiet. One of the best ways to explore the park is on foot or by bike. Trails wind through the dunes and forests, leading to peaceful lakes like Nors Sår and Vandit Sår. These lakes are clean and clear, perfect for a quiet paddle or a calm moment by the shore. Deer, foxes, and hares roam the woods, while cranes, owls, and eagles fly overhead. The park is also home to many rare plants and insects that thrive in this special environment. In the north, near Hanstholm, you can visit old bunkers from the Second World War. Welcome to Samsø Island, a peaceful island in the heart of Denmark, known for its natural beauty, quiet villages, and a deep commitment to green living. Samsø lies in the Kattegat Sea, between the Jutland Peninsula and the island of Zealand. Though it covers only about 100 square kilometers, it offers a rich blend of farmland, coastline, and forest. This island is famous for its clean energy. In the late 1990s, Samsø set a goal to become completely powered by renewable sources. Today, it is one of the world's leading examples of a sustainable community. Wind turbines spin across the fields, solar panels shine in the sun, and local people take pride in living in harmony with nature. But Samsø is more than just green energy. It is a land of open skies, rolling hills, and golden fields. The coastline stretches for more than 100 kilometers, with sandy beaches, calm waters, and rocky outcrops. In the village of Nordby, old half-timbered houses stand close together along narrow streets. A beautiful bell tower rises nearby, separate from the church, a rare sight in Denmark. Welcome to the Blue Planet, Northern Europe's largest and most spectacular aquarium, a place where the mysteries of the ocean unfold before your eyes. Located near the coast of Copenhagen, the Blue Planet is more than just an aquarium. It is a journey beneath the surface of the sea, into a world of motion, light, and life. From the outside, the building is a masterpiece of modern design. Its swirling shape is inspired by the movement of water and the form of a whirlpool. With shimmering metal walls and flowing lines, it seems to rise from the sea itself. Inside, the aquarium is divided into themed sections. Each one reveals a different part of the aquatic world, from warm tropical waters to the cold oceans of the north. One of the highlights is the ocean tank. It holds more than 4 million liters of water. Visitors walk through a glass tunnel, surrounded on all sides by sharks, rays, and swirling schools of fish. It feels like diving, without getting wet. In the coral reef section, colorful fish dart between living corals. Electric blues, bright yellows, and deep reds flash through the water. Sea turtles glide gracefully, while eels peek from rocky caves. The Amazon's exhibit is warm and dense with life. It mimics the flooded forests of South America, with giant catfish, piranhas, and freshwater stingrays swimming through tangled roots and soft light. Welcome to Legoland Billund, the original home of Lego bricks and one of the most beloved theme parks in Europe. Located in the small town of Billund in central Denmark, Legoland opened its gates in the year 1968. It was built right next to the Lego factory, where the colorful plastic bricks were first made. Since then, it has welcomed millions of visitors from all over the world. Legoland is not just a theme park. It is a world built from imagination, a place where creativity comes to life, one brick at a time. The heart of the park is Miniland. Here, famous cities and landmarks are recreated in astonishing detail using more than 20 million Lego bricks. You can see miniature versions of the Eiffel Tower, Amsterdam canals, and even parts of Copenhagen. Tiny cars move along the streets, boats glide through harbors, and trains whistle across bridges. For families and children, the park offers themed zones filled with adventure. In Pirate Land, kids sail through stormy seas. In Knight's Kingdom, dragons roar beside medieval castles, and in Lego Ninjago World, visitors test their ninja skills using motion sensor technology. No controllers needed. Welcome to Bornholm, a hidden gem of Denmark, set far to the east in the Baltic Sea. A small island filled with dramatic cliffs, white sand beaches, deep forests, and timeless villages. Bornholm is unlike any other place in Denmark. It feels remote, peaceful, and rich with history. The island is known for its strong sunlight, clear skies, and warm summer days. Artists and travelers have long been drawn to its beauty. Start your journey in Roni, the island's largest town. Cobbled streets, half-timbered houses, and old churches give it a charming, quiet feel. From here, explore the rest of the island by bike, car, or bus. To the north stands Hammershus, a mighty castle ruin perched high on a rocky hilltop. Built in the 13th century, it is the largest medieval fortress in northern Europe. From its towers you can see far across the sea. Nearby, the cliffs of Hammeren rise straight from the water. Trails wind through forests and past old lighthouses, leading to views that feel untouched by time. Welcome to Christianshavn Canal, a peaceful waterway winding through the heart of one of Copenhagen's most charming districts. Christianshavn was founded in the early 17th century by King Christian IV. Inspired by the canals of Amsterdam, this neighborhood was designed to blend beauty with function, a place where trade, life, and water would meet. Today, the Christianshavn Canal flows quietly between rows of historic buildings. Colorful facades line the water, their reflections dancing gently with the wind. Houseboats, sailboats, and small kayaks float past, giving the canal a living, breathing rhythm. Along its edges, cobbled streets invite you to walk slowly. Locals sit at cafes with coffee in hand, while cyclists pass by, their wheels humming softly over old stones. It feels both modern and timeless, a rare balance that defines Copenhagen's spirit. The canal is surrounded by rich culture. Nearby stands the Church of Our Saviour, known for its golden spiral tower that twists toward the sky. From its top you can see the full curve of Christianshavn, the rooftops of the city, and the blue waters of the harbour. One corner of Christianshavn leads to Freetown Christianshavn, a self-declared autonomous neighbourhood known for its creative energy and free spirit. It is unlike any other place in Denmark, and its roots lie deep in the soul of Christianshavn. Welcome to Gilleleje, a quiet fishing town resting at the northern tip of the island of Zealand in Denmark. Here, the rhythm of the sea shapes everyday life, and the scent of salt fills the air. Gilleleje has been a fishing village for centuries. Its harbour, filled with colourful boats and gentle waves, is still the heart of the town. Fishermen return each morning with fresh catch, just as their ancestors did long ago. The town's charm lies in its balance between old and new, between peaceful beaches and bustling harbour life. Whitewashed cottages and red-roofed homes line narrow streets, while cafes and shops invite travellers to slow down and stay a while. During summer, Gilleleje becomes a retreat for those seeking calm. Sandy beaches stretch along the coast, perfect for quiet walks or cool swims. The North Sea breeze is crisp, and the skies often glow with soft northern light. But Gilleleje holds deeper stories too. During the Second World War, brave locals helped hundreds of Danish Jews escape across the sea to Sweden. The town's church and attic spaces became shelters, and the harbour a path to freedom. This courage is remembered with quiet pride. Welcome to Esrum Abbey and Mill Farm, a peaceful corner of northern Zealand, where Danish history, nature, and monastic life come together in quiet harmony. Esrum Abbey was founded in the 12th century by Cistercian monks. It became one of the most important religious centres in medieval Denmark. Here, life was simple but deeply spiritual, shaped by prayer, silence, and hard work. Today, the Abbey stands as a beautiful reminder of that past. Surrounded by forests, lakes, and green fields, it offers a journey back in time. The surviving buildings, though fewer than before, still hold the calm and dignity of monastic life. Inside, you can explore exhibitions that tell the story of the monks, their daily routines, and their connection to nature. The scent of herbs still lingers in the air, and the ancient stone walls echo with the memory of chant and reflection. Just next to the Abbey lies the Mill Farm, a living farm and cultural centre that brings old traditions back to life. Here you can meet animals, taste handmade food, and see how things were done in earlier times. Butter is churned by hand, bread is baked in wood-fired ovens, and stories are passed on through craft and care. The area is especially popular with families and school groups. Children run through fields, pet goats, and watch blacksmiths at work. But adults too find peace in the slow rhythm of this place. Welcome to Kronborg Castle ruins, a quiet place of stone and wind, where the echoes of the past still drift across the Danish landscape. Located on the eastern coast of Jutland, Kronborg Castle was built more than 700 years ago by order of King Erik Menved in the early 14th century. Its purpose was simple: control and defense. The king wanted to keep order in the region after a peasant rebellion. To reach the ruins, visitors walk a long, narrow causeway. It stretches more than 1 kilometer into the waters of Kalø Bay. Surrounded by sea and sky, the walk itself feels like a journey through time. At the end of the path, the ruins rise from the grassy hill. Weathered bricks and broken towers tell the story of a once mighty fortress. Though only the remains are left, the shape of the castle is still clear: strong, square walls, arched doorways, and deep foundations. One of the most remarkable features is the old cobbled road that leads to the castle. Built by hand, stone by stone, it is among the oldest roads of its kind in Denmark, and it still survives to this day. Kronborg Castle once held important prisoners. One of them was Gustav Vasa, a young Swedish nobleman who was jailed here before he escaped and went on to become King of Sweden. Welcome to Fyns Hoved, a windswept headland at the northern tip of the island of Funen, where land, sea and sky meet in quiet harmony. Fyns Hoved means Funnen's Head, and it is one of the most dramatic natural landscapes in Denmark. This narrow peninsula stretches into the Kattegat Sea, surrounded on both sides by sparkling water, rolling hills, and open sky. The landscape is shaped by time and tide. Glacial hills and steep cliffs rise beside calm bays and stony beaches. Here, the wind always blows, carrying the scent of salt and wild flowers. It is a place of contrast, open yet remote, simple yet full of life. Fyns Hoved is a paradise for nature lovers. During spring and summer, the meadows bloom with wild orchids, sea thrift, and other coastal flowers. Birds soar above the cliffs, while hares and deer move quietly through the tall grass. The views are breathtaking. On a clear day, you can see the island of Samsø to the north and the curve of Funen to the south. The sunsets here are long and golden, stretching across the sea in silence. There are no large buildings, no crowds, no noise, just the soft rhythm of waves, the rustle of wind through the grass, and the distant cry of seabirds. It is a place for walking, thinking, and feeling connected to the natural world. Welcome to the Gendarmstien hiking trail, a journey through history, nature, and peaceful coastal beauty along Denmark's southern border. Gendarmstien, or the Gendarme Path, stretches for more than 70 kilometers along the Flensburg Fjord. It begins near the town of Padborg and ends at the charming village of Herupav on the island of Als. This trail follows the footsteps of the Danish border patrol, known as gendarmes, who once walked here to guard the border with Germany. The path is divided into 5 sections, each offering a unique landscape. from soft beach meadows to shady forests, from steep cliffs to quiet fishing villages. Every step tells a story. The trail passes through protected nature areas, with sea eagles soaring above and wildflowers blooming beneath your feet. Walking Gendarmstien is not about speed, it's about slowing down and noticing the small details. A rustling leaf, a drifting cloud, the sound of waves touching the shore. Along the way you'll find benches, signs and shelters that invite you to pause and breathe. In the past, this border was a place of tension and watchfulness. But today, it is a symbol of peace and shared nature. The old watchposts are now markers of heritage. Welcome to Himmelbjerget, a place where land rises high and stories run deep, nestled in the heart of Denmark's Lake Highlands. Himmelbjerget, meaning the Sky Mountain, is one of the highest natural points in Denmark. Standing over 140 meters above sea level, it may not be a mountain by international standards, but in the soft Danish landscape, it feels truly majestic. From the summit, the views are breathtaking. Rolling forests, quiet lakes, and winding rivers stretch out in every direction. On a clear day, the horizon seems endless, with layers of green meeting the soft blue sky. For centuries, Himmelbjerget has been more than just a viewpoint. It has been a place of gathering, celebration, and national pride. In the 19th century, it became a symbol of Danish democracy. People would hike to the top to listen to speeches and mark the progress of freedom. At the summit stands a tall red brick tower, built in honor of King Frederik VII. He was the monarch who signed the Danish constitution in the year 1849. The tower rises proudly into the sky, a quiet reminder of Denmark's path to democracy. The area around Himmelbjerget is rich with trails and lakes. The forests of Silkeborg invite hikers, cyclists, and nature lovers. Welcome to Dokk One, a modern landmark in the heart of Aarhus, Denmark's second largest city, where innovation, culture, and community meet under one roof. Dokk One is more than just a library. It is a public space, a knowledge center, and a symbol of the future. Opened in the year 2015, it sits on the waterfront where the Aarhus River meets the harbor. Its striking glass and steel design reflects both the sea and the city, bold, open, and filled with light. Inside, the space feels like a living city. Families read together in cozy corners. Students work quietly in shared study zones. Artists, entrepreneurs, and visitors from around the world all gather here. There are no silent rules, no heavy walls, just openness, movement, and inspiration. Dokk One is the largest public library in the Nordic countries. But books are just the beginning. Here you'll find digital media, exhibitions, workshops, events, and even a robotic parking garage beneath the building. Everything is designed to invite curiosity and connection. One of the building's most touching features is the gong. Each time a baby is born in Aarhus, the gong gently sounds, echoing through the open space as a quiet celebration of new life. Welcome to Aalborg Waterfront, a place where the past and future flow side by side along the banks of the Limfjord in northern Denmark. Once a center of industry and shipbuilding, Aalborg's waterfront has transformed into a vibrant and modern urban space, full of life, energy and culture. The old warehouses and factories have given way to bold architecture, green parks and places to gather. Stroll along the wide promenade and feel the breeze from the fjord. Locals and visitors walk, cycle, or simply sit and watch the water. Sailboats drift by. The sounds of laughter, footsteps, and music fill the air. One of the highlights is the Utzon Center, a striking building dedicated to design and architecture. It was designed by Jørgen Utzon, the Danish architect best known for the Sydney Opera House. Here, creativity meets calm, with exhibitions, workshops, and a peaceful cafe by the water. Just steps away is Musikens Hus, the House of Music. This world-class concert hall stands like a glass ship by the fjord, filled with sound and soul. It is a symbol of Aalborg's growing role as a cultural hub. Welcome to Odense Old Town, a quiet step back in time, where cobbled streets and colorful timbered houses tell the story of Denmark's past. Odense is one of the oldest cities in the country. Located on the island of Funen, it is best known as the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen, the famous storyteller whose fairy tales have touched the world. In the old town you can still feel the spirit of his world, charming, whimsical, and full of wonder. Walk the narrow streets lined with small houses painted in soft yellows, reds, and blues. Many of them are more than 300 years old. Their crooked walls and wooden beams have stood through centuries of change. There are no tall buildings here, no traffic noise. Just the soft echo of footsteps and the quiet murmur of history. The centerpiece of the old town is the Hans Christian Andersen house. More than just a museum, it is an experience blending architecture, storytelling, and sound to bring his life and imagination to life. Nearby, his childhood home still stands, modest and simple, yet filled with memory. The old streets wind past craft shops, cafes, and cozy courtyards. Locals greet each other by name. Flowers bloom in windowsills. Church bells ring gently in the distance. Welcome to Ribe, the oldest town in Denmark, where every street, stone, and steeple carries the weight of over 1,000 years of history. Located in the southwest of Jutland, Ribe was founded in the early 8th century. Long before Denmark was a united kingdom, Ribe was already a bustling Viking settlement, known for trade, craftsmanship, and seafaring. Today it remains a living museum, a place where the past is not forgotten, but proudly preserved. Walking through Ribe feels like stepping back in time. Narrow cobblestone streets twist through rows of timber-framed houses. Many date back to the Middle Ages. The air is calm, the pace is slow, each corner reveals another piece of history. At the heart of the town stands Ribe Cathedral. Built in the 12th century, it rises proudly into the sky. Its towers have watched over the town for more than 800 years. You can climb to the top for a panoramic view of rooftops, marshes, and the distant Wadden Sea. Just steps away, the Ribe Viking Centre brings ancient life into focus. Costumed guides, traditional tools, and reconstructed buildings show how people lived over 1,000 years ago. It is not a show, it is a true experience, full of fire, skill, and story. Welcome to Mølleåen River, a quiet waterway winding through the green heart of North Zealand, just north of Copenhagen. This gentle river flows with both natural beauty and a deep connection to Denmark's early industrial history. The name Mølle means mill stream, and for good reason. For centuries, the river powered watermills that drove Denmark's earliest industries, from grain mills and paper production to textile factories. Today, the ruins and buildings still stand, nestled among forests, lakes, and trails. The river begins at Fyns Lake, one of Denmark's deepest lakes, and stretches eastward for about 20 miles, before joining the Øresund Strait near the town of Lyngby. Along the way, it passes through a landscape shaped by time, rolling hills, old beech forests, and mirror-like lakes that reflect the shifting sky. One of the most scenic spots is the area near Frederiksdal, where the river widens and flows quietly under wooden bridges. Canoes glide past lily pads, and herons wade in the shallows. It is a place of calm, where city noise disappears, replaced by birdsong and the soft rustling of leaves. Historic buildings line the river's edge. The Breeder Works Museum tells the story of Denmark's industrial age, showing how water power helped transform the nation. Paths lead through old worker villages and past brick factories, now repurposed as museums and creative spaces. Welcome to Sønderborg Castle, a proud and silent guardian of Denmark's southern border. This historic fortress stands at the edge of the Flensburg Fjord, where the waters meet the town of Sønderborg in South Jutland. The castle's story begins more than 800 years ago. Built in the 12th century as a defense against invaders, it has stood through wars, sieges, and royal dramas. Its thick stone walls and sturdy towers have witnessed the rise and fall of kings. Over time, Sønderborg Castle grew from a fortress into a royal residence. Danish kings and queens once walked these halls. In the 16th century, King Christian II was held here as a prisoner for more than 17 years. Today, his story echoes in the castle's quiet rooms. Inside, the castle is now a museum, sharing centuries of history. You will find grand halls filled with paintings, tapestries, and armor. Each room tells a different part of Denmark's journey, from the Middle Ages to modern times. One gallery focuses on the tragic war between Denmark and Prussia in the 19th century, a conflict that forever changed this region. Step outside, and the view opens to the sea. Sailboats drift past the castle walls. Welcome to Tisvildeleje, a quiet seaside town on the north coast of Zealand. A place where forest meets sea and time seems to slow down. Tisvildeleje is part of the ancient region known as the Danish Riviera. Once a small fishing village, it is now a beloved summer retreat where traditions, nature, and peaceful charm come together. To the north lies the beach, wide, sandy, and open to the sky. The water is calm and shallow, perfect for swimming or a slow walk along the shore. Dunes roll gently toward the land, and colorful beach huts line the coast. Behind the town rises Tisvildeleje, one of the oldest forests in Denmark. Stretching for more than 2,000 hectares, it is a mix of pine, beech, and oak trees. Paths wind through the woods, leading to hidden lakes, ancient stones, and even a sacred spring. This forest holds stories. Legends speak of healing waters and powerful spirits. At Helene's spring, people still come to make wishes and leave flowers. In the town itself, narrow streets are lined with whitewashed cottages, small cafes and shops selling handmade crafts and local foods. Life here is simple, warm and welcoming. Welcome to Tønder, a charming town in southern Denmark where cobblestone streets, timeless houses, and warm traditions come together near the German border. Tønder is one of Denmark's oldest market towns, first mentioned in the 12th century. Its history is long, yet its atmosphere remains peaceful and personal. Here the pace is slow, the air is fresh, and every building tells a quiet story. As you walk through the town center, you'll notice the beautiful old houses with their stepped gables and ornate doors. Many of these homes date back to the 17th and 18th centuries. They were built by wealthy merchants when Tønder was known for lace-making and trade. Today their details still shine, lovingly preserved through generations. The main street, lined with cozy shops and cafes, invites you to pause and enjoy. Locals greet one another, and visitors are welcomed with a smile. The sound of footsteps on cobblestones, the distant church bells, and the scent of fresh bread from a nearby bakery create a timeless mood. At the heart of the town stands the Tønder Museum. It offers a deep look into the region's cultural past, with exhibits on lace-making, folk art, and Danish design. The museum also houses the Wegener collection, dedicated to world-famous furniture designer Hans J. Wegener, who was born near Tønder. Just beyond the town, the wide marshlands stretch toward the sea. Welcome to Hornbæk Beach, a sparkling stretch of coastline on the northern shore of Zealand, where the golden sands meet the calm waters of the Kattegat Sea. Hornbæk is one of Denmark's most beloved seaside towns. For more than 100 years, it has drawn artists, families, and travelers in search of peace, beauty, and the soothing rhythm of the sea. The beach is wide and clean, with soft white sand and shallow waters perfect for swimming. During the summer months, colorful umbrellas dot the shore and laughter floats on the breeze. Children build sandcastles, couples walk hand in hand, and the soft waves roll in, one after another, washing the world away. The dunes behind the beach are topped with beach grass that sways gently in the wind. Small paths lead through these dunes to cozy beach cottages and the heart of Hornbæk town. The atmosphere is friendly and relaxed. Everything here moves just a little slower. In the early morning and late evening, the beach becomes a place of calm reflection. The sky turns soft with pink and gold. Seagulls glide above the water, and the horizon stretches endlessly into the distance. Hornbæk has long been a haven for artists and writers.